Welcome back to Med Audio. Today we are going to compare Planar Magnetic Headphone Close from Dan Clark Company, Aeon 2 and Aeon Noire. I don't know how many of you remember Mr. Speaker Brands. Was born 2012, I hope I'm not wrong. And then they changed the name, actually from based in San Diego. And they changed the name in 2019, also I hope I'm not wrong, in Dan Clark. Do not create any confusion because they is a manufacturer about headphones, planar magnetic headphones, I think also electrostatic can be. Anyway, beautiful headphones, unique. I always need something like that, something close, something that my family appreciates, especially when I want to watch a movie in the night and I want to listening for some music, for example. Are you ready? Let's do it. So the Aeon series is the entry level of the Dan Clark and is available in a closed configuration like this one and open configurations. From the closed configurations are available actually in 3 different, let's say, tuning style, something like that. Aeon 2, that is the update of the first release Aeons with the new driver, new technology, airflow technology. These things really interesting patented technology. I will let a link in description so you can take a look if you want more details about it. Then we have the Noire. Francoisish. Noire. This is more tuned for, let's say, be able to follow the Arman target. So it's a target that most of you probably appreciate with these V shapes. For me, I prefer something a little bit more flat. Anyway, then we have the Aeon RT retuned. I know it's a little bit confusing, but as I understood, it's coming with a more affordable price, $500 instead 900 or 1000 of the Aeon 2. What they did is to take the original Aeon design and retune it with more vibe for reach different type of users. So more bass, more depth, but we are not going to speak about it this times, maybe in the future. Why not? What we want to do in this video is give you my impressions regarding the difference between the Aeon 2 and the Noire. And in the end I will choose one, of course based on my personal taste. And remember, as I always say, sound is like food, it's based on your personal taste. So both of them are pretty identical. We are coming with planar magnetic driver and airflow technology. I will let a link in description so you can go more in details if you would like. The Dan Clark Aeon arrived in this beautiful box, very nice. Internally we have the sweet case and I have it here. Let's put it here. Okay, here. This I'm going to speak about it just in a moment later. And of course the standard cable. So beautiful, sweet box. I really like it. It's very small. And then first time I open it, I say, oh, so small. What? How could be? And I just open, and there was nothing. I'm joking. Here, the headphone was like that. Absolutely beautiful. It has these folding designs, and you still have space here for your cables. Just take a look of it. So it took me a couple of days to really understand how it's working, because you have to be careful. It's actually very easy. Just keep it like that and then just open the gimbal. Finish. That's it. It's actually very easy. And when you have to close it, same things. Voila. That's crazy. So really compact. The design is unique and are absolutely comfortable. I look like these people in Formula 1, you know? Material used are excellent, carbon fiber, aluminum and titanium. So only 328 grams, that's crazy. very comfortable, light and unique. It has these unusual ear shapes that it took me, in the beginning was a little bit weird, to be honest, but after a while, pretty comfortable and absolutely not fatigue. I could wear the headphones for hours and hours without any problem. The yoke can tilt in this way, is pretty flexible and really resistant. And I love this headband. This is absolutely one of my favorite. It's remember me the Meze one. And but the Meze one was with spring. This is without, so you have to adjust it a little bit and then it's done. But it's absolutely one of my favorite headbands. You know, I don't have hair, so headbands is really important for me. It's available with many cables and termination. Just take a look on the website and you will find it, and also different lengths. The one that is in the box is something like 1 meter 8, 2 meters. I didn't convert it in inch, so you have to do it. I don't need this type of measure. 2 meters is because I listening or on desktop, so I need a short cable, or I'm listening from my listening positions through the Cambridge Audio NQ that is 3 meters far away. So with 2 meters I don't do nothing, but it's okay. Anyway, standard cables is with these 6.3 jack terminations, and inside we have also the 3.5. On the other side we have this 4-pin, so the headphones could be amplified with a balanced headphones amplifier, and also here with male pin on the cable and female on the headphones. That is something also that I don't know why brands, they don't use a normal jack, standard jack. I don't know why they don't like it. iFi Man is probably the only one that is doing correctly, or maybe she's doing wrong and the other one doing correctly, I don't know. Anyway, it's like that. I'm not complaining about it. For me it's not a problem, but if you have cables at home, you cannot use it with these headphones. That is something that... Or you can decide also to purchase the XLR1. Actually I prefer the XLR1 because you can use it for balance connections, and if you don't want, you still can have to buy an adapter and just use the single-ended one. So you have two cables in one. Aesthetic difference, as I say, between the two is pretty nothing. They are identical. The only things that I noticed is that on the Aeon Noire you have the pads that are internally perforated, but for the rest absolutely no difference. Isolations from the external world is pretty good. Actually sometimes I use it also when I play sax, and the pads are large and ultra soft. Not so much breathable, so probably in summer you will notice it a little bit. The impedance is ultra low. Actually I was looking for a headphones with a very low impedance to test the amplification, because you know, more low you go, more current you need. So it's a good test for amplifier to test if they have enough power to drive any type of headphones. 13 ohm, that's something crazy. And the sensitivity is around 92. So you will need a amplifier with power to drive these crazy headphones. You can drive it with any amplifier actually, but the problem is to not get distortions, and that's the difficult part. And actually I was running it with this small baby. This is the iFi hip deck and the new iFi Go Blue. Look how much is small. That's something really unbelievable. And the power that these two have to drive without problem the Dan Clark Aeon is absolutely fantastic. Take a look of my review. I reviewed the Hip Deck 2, that is the number one. Unfortunately, I had to give it back to iFi, but I still have, this I purchased actually second hand. I paid 50 euro, something like that, so absolutely beautiful and is able to drive anything. And then we have the iFi Go Blue, so small, so powerful. This is a small beast. I could not believe how much power it has. Was driving my Dan Clark without distortions at max volumes. That was not so much high because of course it has not so much current to drive very loud this type of headphones, but was pretty loud, was good, was nice, with a good quality, good dynamics, absolutely to try, test it. So the difference between the two is that this one you will not, it's Bluetooth and you will not need any, I'm laughing because my voice, I'm singing with the headphones. Let me remove it for a second because I feel stupid. The difference between the two is that the Hi-Fi Go Blue, you will not need any cables from your smartphone to the device because the headphones is working wireless with a Bluetooth. And the quality, I have to say that I like it. I really enjoy it. It's really dynamics with good textures in the overall tonality. It is pretty natural. But my favorite in overall sound quality is still the hip deck. Let's say that this is more energetic, a little bit more dynamic. Of course, it has more powers and is bringing life to any type of song that you are listening through any type of headphones. I was driving with the 800S, I was driving with the Focal Utopia without any problem. And with both of them, it always sounds really good. And something that I really appreciate in the Hi-Fi deck and Go Blue is that you have the possibility to take advantage of the balanced connections that could make the sounds more lively and open. And now let's speak about sound quality. The Aeon requires a break-in period, so give time to yourself to get used with this new type of sounds that is energetic, with vibe, and really, really fun. It will sound better and better every day. Let's speak about the overall sound quality of the Aeon, that they are pretty similar, and then we go to compare in details the difference between the two. The bass, the bottom end is pretty warm, so probably something that I expect from a close headphones. Bass is full, can go very deep without distortions, and it sounds to me pretty linear, especially on the Noire, where I found that is well balanced and not so much fatigue, but still with good definitions and impact. Depending on which amplifier you are going to use, it can lack a little bit on the slam and could result a little bit fatigue, especially in tracks like Timpin Halley, where I found it was too much boomy for my taste. I found that the bass of the Red One, I will call it Red One to not create confusion, so Red One, Aeon 2, and Noire, I will call it Black One to make it more easy. The bass is more closer to my personal taste, where I noticed that it's more controlled and more firm. Take for example this Billie Eilish song, where the bass I enjoy it on both headphones, but I still prefer the Red One. But if you prefer a bass that is more full, energetic, probably the Black One. It has an overall sound signature that is more on the V-shaped side. Moving on the mid-range, I noticed immediately how much details and informations are present. It's dry, it's a mid-range that is dry, you don't got so much reverb, but has a great intelligibility, where voices and instruments sounds ultra clear and probably a little bit crispy. And I noticed on both headphones that female voices are reproduced in a more faithfully way rather than male voices. I was just to Gregory Porter and Al Di Meola concert. Wow, guys, was amazing. Al Di Meola is insane, and Gregory Porter voice is taking you on the stage. The energy and the vibe was amazing. So actually I was speaking about Gregory Porter because on the reproductions on male voices like Gregory Porter's that requires body, I found that here is a little bit teeny and crispy. Nothing that is bad, I like it, but yes, definitely a little bit crispy. And if we want to compare the mid-range black versus red one, the red one definitely is more energetic and has more contrast on the mid-range, where vocals and instruments are more pronounced rather than trebles, for example, cymbals or bass. So it's absolutely also on the mid-range, I still prefer the red one. But as I say, is taste. I found on the Noire that vocal instruments sounds a little bit more low, more quiet. Rock and metal lovers, you will really appreciate these headphones. It sounds incredibly good with this music genre. I really enjoyed guitars, especially on the Noire, that sounds electrical and metallic. Black Summer New Red Hot Chili Peppers album was energetic on cymbals, guitar was very balanced, crispy, and voices were giving spaces to the powerful drums. So both perfect for this music genre, but the noir here is the champions. Talking about imaging and soundstage, the imaging appeared to me a little bit wide. Like it's missing of crossfit, center imaging is more wide rather than be focused on the centers. So it's expanded inside your head between left and right channel. So not what I will call laser focus imaging. On the noir is slightly better, with a stronger perceptions of the space. As I said, it's a type of sound that is dry with not so much reverb, good decay, but you still have this space inside and outside your head. And what I liked is that the listening is still intimate, but you will not feel isolated and alone in your dark room. Moving on the treble, we have to speak about this tuning material, this foam are available now. I will tell you, just it's very easy to insert inside the pads, but both Aeon, the red one and the black one, could sound a little bit bright, sometimes with sibilance, and you can like it or not. I try to use it without, and it's a sound that is crisp. You have, especially in jazz, the cymbals on the noir that is kicking hard, you feel it. So this can really help to achieve the sound tonality that you are looking for. In order from least dampening to most dampening, we have the black foam, the black felt, and 2 notches in white. So in the end I tried all of them. It's important to give a little bit times to your ears to get used with, so change it. Let it for a couple of days, try it, and then change it again. I found that the white one is too dampening for my taste. I'm losing this bright treble, this crispness that actually I like in this type of headphones. I found that is the character of the headphone, the charisma of the headphones is like that. But it's good to have something that is giving you a more overall flat frequency response, especially on the treble. Why I'm saying that without is too bright, take a song very easy like Dire Straits, So Far Away. It just sounds too bright without this foam. Or Madonna, Holiday, same things, too bright and V-shapes. Or Tony Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough, same things on both headphones, too bright, especially on the noir, too much V-shapes. But with the foam, it really helps to give, just maintain the characters of the headphones, plus avoid to have this brightness and harsh sound on the treble. What I didn't like about these headphones. Acoustic guitars, it's has a good textures, but I found that is lack on the transient response, and you really feel it if you compare it, for example, with dynamic driver headphones like the 800S that I have here. And especially on classic music, piano was not impressed me. I found that it's lacking in attack if compared to dynamic driver, and the overall piano was to me unnatural, muddy, especially when you was moving on high piano note key, it start to sound a little bit too harsh. I didn't enjoy it. So moving on orchestra and dynamic music, it will be difficult. You will need a good amplifier because you have to crank up the volumes a lot to enjoy the performance of the orchestra, to have the impact of the orchestra, and could be that you got some transient response distortions. So be sure to have a good amplifier. As soon as I cranked up the volumes with my RME, absolutely no problem. I really enjoy the sounds and the orchestra will sound amazing. But definitely classic music can give you some problem. So in the end you got two beautiful closed planar magnetic headphones. That is something unique. In the future it will be probably interesting to compare it with something else, like for example how these closed headphones or Meselyric, but Meselyric is more expensive. But probably it will be more easy to get the Mese, because with them I already changed some emails. How these? No way they even answer. Anyway, as you probably understood, in the end, the one that I prefer is the red one. It's more closer to my personal taste. But I can understand that you guys probably like a more V-shaped sound, so the Noire, it will give you really a lot of fun. I prefer a sound that is more present and energetic on the mid-range and still have a good treble with good cymbals, presence and air around instruments. Something that is probably more pronounced on the Noire. Both of them are ultra perfect for rock, jazz, hip hop, pop, modern music, absolutely beautiful, dance, electronic music, absolutely you will have a lot of fun with both of them. Only on the piano I felt that this was lacking of accuracy in the timbre. On the orchestra and dynamic music you will need a good amplification, so be careful about it. Overall, unique headphones, I love it. I choose the red one, and something important is that is not fatigue. I could listen for music for hours and hours without any problem. And in the end are ultra comfort and you will get a lot of fun. So guys, let me know if you have it, if you test it, what you think about it. From Med Audio is everything. I hope you enjoy my video. See you soon with amazing contents only for you. In the box we can find also these 3 damping filters that are coming for tuning your Dan Clark Aeon. This is something really interesting. I measured all with my mini DSP just to understand what is happening when I'm going to insert inside my pads this 3 form. I want to say that mini DSP probably is not the most accurate test gears available today on the market, but to understand what is happening, if it's really doing something on the frequency, overall frequency response, is really useful. So I will not focus too much on these small variations because I had to remove the headphones and put it back every time I was changing the foam. But as we see, something is happen around 4 kHz, so in upper and lower trebles, and around 9 kHz and 14 kHz. In red we have the no filters applied, so headphones with no filter. The blue line is the white foam. You see that is more dampening, so you will get a more flat frequency response. And in the end we have in green the black felt and in yellow the black foam. So I test the Dan Clark Aeon with many headphones amplifier with my reference RME AD2 DAC that has no any problem to drive the Dan Clark Aeon. Then I tested with the HDV from the Sennheiser HDV 820. Also was fine. Small distortions on some tracks like Nina Simone, Baltimore, around 50 seconds. We get this transient, really high transient, and then you can feel these distortions. But what's interesting actually to test it with the SPL Phonitor XE, where I also go to look the review because it's a beautiful, really beautiful headphones amplifier. And there I noticed that something strange happening on the mid-range, mid-upper range trebles. So was the distortion there was more evident. Then I decided to measure actually with my mini DSP the headphones to see maybe I can see something, and let's take a look about it because it's really interesting. So here we have a comparisons with the Aeon Black and the 3 headphones amplifier. As you see here, we have the RME and the HDV from the Sennheiser, the 820, that have pretty the same frequency response. This is a compensated frequency response of the headphones. But look at this is the Monitor XE, and starting actually from here, from 300, 400 Hertz till the trebles, we have this, how much it is, 3 dB extra on the mid-range and on the treble. So this was something pretty interesting, and I say, that's strange. Probably this is why I was noticed more on the Monitor XE, that we are, when it's paired with very low impedance headphones amplifier, we can encounter this problem of distortion in transient response.